Hello, I'm BXToyCat, and welcome back to Q&A Saturday. Q&A Saturday is a weekly series I run on my channel where I answer your questions about a variety of subjects, usually focused around a major update for Minecraft console, but today we have a bunch of variety questions in there too. So yeah, all of these questions do come from last week's Q&A. If you want to ask any for next week, leave them in the comments down below, because by next week, this will be last week's Q&A, and that's where all the comments will come from. So with that said, hopefully you do enjoy Q&A Saturday. If you like it, please do like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot, and lets me know you do want to keep seeing these every single week on the channel. With that said, let's get straight into it, shall we, with the first question, which comes in from Joseph Kane, and it's a pretty interesting question because he asks, ToyCat, if you were going to add black powder, muzzle loading rifles to Minecraft, how would you balance them? So this is a good question. I like to start by saying that guns are confirmed to be pretty much never coming to Minecraft. Most of the developers say they don't think they're Minecrafty, they think that it doesn't really fit the game, but if they were to come, if guns were to come in any form to Minecraft, it would have to be the black powder rifle. So the reason I'm saying that is because Minecraft is sword and bows, mostly first game, so the only way you can have a gun that kind of works with those is to have a super old style gun that isn't really quite so good, and that's where I'm kind of going to go with your question. So yeah, to add a black powder rifle to the game, you'd have to make it bad enough that it's not realistically better than a bow, it's just kind of different and has some different benefits. So I'd make it like a medium damage weapon, maybe the same damage as an arrow, but it takes longer to to actually reload each shot. It takes gunpowder to fire, which is kind of a negative thing, and then the upside for all of that is you have really good accuracy. So instead of the bow, which shoots to the right of your crosshair, goes up and down, and it's kind of hard to aim over long distances, you can make it so this weapon, when it fires straight ahead, instantly gets there, and it's just a really kind of semi-powerful shot. I think you could balance it that way, and I think that'd be pretty cool. I'd love to see black powder rifles in Minecraft, but like I said, I don't think we'll ever see them, because most developers have come out against them. But maybe we can hope to see in some future Minecraft update, Minecraft 2.0 maybe, who knows. Either way, next question comes in from Mason Gaming, who asks, how many total blocks and items are there in the game? And this is a good question. I was like, I do wonder about that, because I know the item IDs go up to something like 500, but some of those values aren't used. So I decided to look into it, and as it turns out, there are 200 and I believe it's 208 separate block IDs, although there's one at 250. Oh, there's 212, sorry, block IDs and one at 255. Some of those blocks aren't entirely gettable in survival. Some of them are like crops and stuff, but 212 is the closest number to blocks you can have, and the total number of items is 192. But again, that includes some items you might not include, and it doesn't include some items you might. So there's only one painting included in that, even though there's like a bunch of paintings, but then it also includes a lot of stuff that isn't necessarily included. So yeah, basically roughly 200 items, roughly 200 blocks. It goes a little bit higher or a little bit lower depending on how you count, and that's the answer to your question. I don't know why I wanted to answer it, and I don't know why you needed the answer, but now you have it anyway, so you're welcome there, Mason Gaming. So let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Dougal, who asks, hashtag Q&A, will you do a Portal 2 full game? I assume they mean stream. And also, do you like /sniff tacos? So I don't know why this has to be like a two separate part question, but will I play Portal 2 on a stream? Yeah, I will do a full Portal playthrough. It might have to be two separate streams because it's a long game, but we'll see about that. And do I like /sniff tacos? I like tacos, yes. I don't think I've ever really smelt them, because when it comes to smell, most of it's kind of absorbed by the shell. So maybe I'll start sniffing tacos in the future. Maybe that's something I should actually start doing. But yeah, I haven't done that yet. So if that's a serious question, maybe if you sniff, maybe it's like a scratch and sniff, where if you sniff the taco, it tastes better. Who knows? We'll have to find out when I next get tacos, because there aren't many Mexican places near me. So yeah, that's the answer to your question there, Dougal. Let's move on to the next one, which comes in from BMX RoboMonkey, who asks, ToyCat, can you discuss how many blocks is 1 pixel on a map? So I do happen to know this because I did a lot of testing a long time back, and I think I did some more testing recently. How many blocks is 1 pixel on a map? On a Minecraft console-sized map, or yeah, any Minecraft console-sized map, 1 pixel is 8 by 8. So but that's the tiny little pixels. If you do a chunk, which is 16 by 16, you get 4 pixels, and you want to really be doing too wide stuff. So if you want to go in the air, and once you make any 8 by 8 area, majority 1 block, you color the thing that way. So you don't even need to use like 64 to make a single thing. And that way, if you want to do a 16 by 16, you don't need to have, what would that be, like 256 blocks. You can just have like 129. As long as the majority of the chunk is something, then you can make the map change that way. So yeah, that's the answer to your question. If anyone out there is like, I want to draw on my map and I want to have a big ToyCat logo, or I want to have a big this or that, then you can do that now. And in case you're like, I have never really wanted to do that, and you just confuse me, ToyCat, then instead, I don't know, we'll move to the next question, which is about my PC username, because Cal the Comedian asks, where's your PC in-game name ToyCat, but your Xbox gamer tag is IBX ToyCat? So they're actually wrong on this one. My Xbox gamer tag is ToyCat, and my PC gamer tag or PC in-game name is ToyCat. But on certain places, so on the PlayStation Network and maybe on Steam too, I'm IBX ToyCat. And the reason for this is because ToyCat is taken in a lot of places. Based on the person who had youtube.com/ToyCat before me, it seems to be a popular name somewhere in Korea. So I guess lots of ToyCats around the world on certain services. It's very bizarre, but it meant even before anyone knew who ToyCat was, a lot of people had taken the name, which is kind of annoying, you know, having a name that everyone takes. And because I wanted ToyCat to be a super unique name as a result of that, but I should have thought more about Korea when making a name. So that's the reasoning, and that's a story, and I hope you all enjoy that. So the next question comes in from Phoenix Dust, who asks #Q and planes. Interesting hashtag there. What's it like being on a plane? I think I'd answer this one because I hadn't been on a plane from like age 4 all the way to like age 17, like 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. And at first it was like incredibly nervous for me, but there's a few things I want to kind of point out to anyone who hasn't been on a plane or who hasn't been on a plane since they were young like me, because there's a few little tips that I feel like no one ever mentions, but that you might actually like. So, yeah, this is coming from someone who's been on like, I guess maybe like 20 planes now, so I guess I'm not an expert, but I've done a few things. First of all, if you're doing a small flight, which is what most people do for the first time, you get really, really small planes that they don't have like middle seats, they just kind of have like, you know, the two sides on the one each side. And the key thing about these is it doesn't matter which side of the plane you're going, because there's no first class section, nothing like that. Second of all, if you are going on a big plane though, which is usually only for like 3 hours or plus, if you are going on a big plane and you have the big sensitive seats in the middle, avoid any of those middle seats at all cost. Like the middle seat is awful. You can't see a window. You have to ask someone to get up. That's all awful stuff. So make sure you avoid that. The third final tip is it's going to seem really scary when the plane takes off. The tip I like to actually use is to just treat it like a roller coaster ride. Look at if you want to make it more scary and therefore more fun, look at the ceiling. It kind of like curves inwards and it's super terrifying on the one hand, but it's also pretty cool on the other. So yeah, those are my tips right there. When you take off, treat it like a roller coaster ride. When you get like bad turbulence and you feel like everything's you're gonna die and stuff, I recommend just keep treating it like a really long roller coaster ride, and a lot of the fears go away. It gets more fun in my opinion. So yeah, that's the answer to your question. What's it like being on a plane? It's like being on the ground, except your ears pop a lot more, and treat it like a roller coaster, and your life will be a lot more fun. So I hope you all enjoy my explanation. There's got to be a decent number of people out there that actually haven't been on a plane, and if you have, then you'll be like, well, maybe I picked up a tip there. Bring food also. That's a good tip, because you don't want to buy food in the sky ever. So, next question comes in from Dan Doggy 123, who asks #AskToyCat Q&A. Will you do a hardcore survival series soon? The answer to this one, honestly, Dan Doggy 123 is maybe I'll do like a one-off stream. I think starting a series of hardcore is one that I did one a long time back, and you just get to a certain point where dying isn't really a threat, and then it's like, so this is just a regular series, and that's the kind of problem with it. So yeah, thank you very much for the question, but we'll move on to the next one, which is from Jackson Johns, who asks, hi, I live in Ohio, USA, and I say pop, how do you pronounce soda, pop, etc.? So I figured I'd just quickly say how I pronounce soda and pop. Soda and pop, but when over here, at least in my part of the UK, we don't call soda or pop soda and pop. We call them just fizzy drinks, and I don't know. That seems like more juvenile compared to soda or whatever, but it's what we call it here, and I don't really drink it anyway. So yeah, there's your answer, Mister Jackson Johns from Ohio. Next question comes in from Tanner Hostrander, who asks, when do you think Minecraft will get a complete overhaul and fundamentally change? This is a good question, and I think it's almost been answered before, because Minecraft 2.0 is when they're going to make some big changes. How big these changes will be, it's going to be hard to say, but that's kind of that. And if you mean about console, which you might do, because console channel, I think Minecraft console is getting a fundamental change right now. I don't know how big it'll be, if it will just be some form of new server system or what, but the secrecy behind it, the fact that they've been doing something for the past 6 months that we haven't really known too much about, I think that's appealing stuff. Could be going nowhere, or it could be a fundamental change. Let's hope it's that second one. So let's move on to the final question, shall we, from Brandon Klein, who asks #Q&A, did you go to college, and if you did, what did you major in, and does it help you with your YouTube channel? So I went to college, but like UK college, so if you hear me mention that, it's slightly different to American college is the equivalent of our university. It's kind of confusing. But long story short, yeah, after school, I did a 2-year course in computing, and I got whatever the top grade was, and that was all good and stuff. However, I didn't go to the university/college you're talking about, because of the fact that as I was doing that 2-year course, I was also working on YouTube, and it was going crazy and crazy and crazy, and I figured it'd be worth taking a few years off and just working on this to see where it goes. I don't know where this is going to end up, but that's the reason that That's the reason that I currently am not in any form of full-time education, and yeah, it's been pretty fun so far. So, to kind of finish up your question here, does it help your YouTube channel? The computing course was kind of general, like I learned web design and animation and game design and this and that, like a whole bunch of different stuff. However, yeah, I learned a few things with video editing that actually helped out. For the most part, it's just, I like computers, so I learned about them, and that was the course right there. So I hope you did all enjoy this week's Q&A Saturday. If you liked it, like it and let me know. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Again, leave comments down below if you feel like I missed one and you want to hear it responded to. And other than that, I'll see you all in the next video. So goodbye, everyone. I realised, by the way, I realised how similar like this Q&A Saturday concept is to live streams. Is it too similar, or do you think they're two very good separate things? Let me know. But yeah, goodbye.